Hello and welcome everybody to our second episode of Whose Riff Is It Anyway, the game show that followed the Riff battles. Today on a very festive day because it was the end of our Kickstarter campaign and we just blasted through the goal thanks to all of your support. So thank you all for giving us the possibility to turn Endless into this even better thing where you can hook it up to your DAW, run it on your computer, and do all this crazy stuff, more than the crazy stuff that we're gonna do today. But I'm telling you, we're gonna do some crazy stuff today on this very stream at Whose Riff Is It Anyway? And we got some great participants today in our jams. And you know what? Let me not waste any more time and switch right to them. We got theau on the left here. theau, one of our Riff Battle veterans, one of our island elders. You've heard him in jams before, I'm pretty sure of that. And we can hear right now his, I would call it theme song. Let me boost it a little bit more. It's quite ambient, it's quite noisy actually. Let me slap a utility on this and boost it up real high. theau is sitting in his lap in the Normandy in France, and he's gonna give us haunting sounds today, it sounds like. Yeah, theau, how is your hand? Everything great? Wonderful. Wonderful. It's healing. Okay, we love to hear that. He's powering through it. Big round of applause for theau just for sticking through all of this, even with his hand. Probably theau shouldn't clap himself, but we can give him a round of applause. And then we not just have theau, but we also have on the right badrico, all the way over in Canada. Let us listen to his theme song, if you will. A little bit more melodic, but still on the slightly more experimental ambient side of things. He's got his newest toy right there, I just learned before the show, his 707. We're probably gonna hear some of that today. He's just itching to play around with those faders and give us some great noise out of that. And we're gonna start off today with a classic riff battle actually. Now, in order to determine who's gonna start with the riff battle, we do the usual. What we do is we do a little bit of a coin toss, or as we like to call it, a toin toss. And first we figure out who's gonna call the coin. So let's see who that is. Oh, the frame is a little bit off center there. I'll fix that in a second, but it's theau. theau is gonna let us know, okay, is it gonna be heads or tails? Heads, that's a clear one. Okay, so toin toss cam is in effect. And by the way, this is the riff that they're gonna start building on in a second. You heard it in the intro. So heads it is for theau, let's see. And it is tails. It's a little bit reflecting here, but anybody who's used to British currency will be able to see that this is tails. So it's actually badrico is gonna start today. Once the battle starts, I'm gonna make sure that the frame is fixed, so it's actually centered. That's not gonna be an issue. So basically classic riff battle rules. We're gonna play 5 rounds of riff battles. 2 of them, they're gonna battle on their own or jam on their own, then they're gonna jam together. And while that's happening, I'm gonna let you in the audience decide what challenge they have to play with in the 4th round. So don't worry if that sounds a little bit confusing, that's why the commentary is there. But I'm gonna put 1 minute and 30 seconds on the timer now for badrico. And then we're gonna start with our first game for tonight, which is the riff battle. So 3, 2, 1, make some noise. There we go now. Frame is nice and fixed. right away giving us some new sounds. I'm getting the urge to play Crypt of the Necrodancer right now. 30 seconds remaining for badrico. After these 25 seconds are up, it's gonna be back over to theau, France. Really interesting samples we're getting today. And time's up for badrico, so it's over to France, the theau. Where is he gonna take this? Oh, he's gonna take it down a notch to 78 BPM. And don't worry, we're gonna get our fair share of tempo trolling today. But you in the audience are gonna do that. So if you've seen the announcement on the Discord server, you know that today is gonna be very experimental. Get some interesting soundscapes from the lab. It's gonna get real weird. I mean, it already is pretty weird. But those were just the first 2.5 minutes. Working with some bells and cymbals there, which we'll probably hear in a second as they appear in the riff. There they are. Oh yeah, the new William Sharkey branded tempo worm trick. I'm gonna show that off some point probably. Likely not gonna see that today just yet. Time is up, so it's back over to badrico. If you were expecting some techno or house today, I must disappoint you. You're getting crazy sounds out of the most experimental corners of Endless. And we're right now in round 2. During round 3, they will be jamming together. And while that is happening, you in the chat are gonna vote for a challenge for them. What those challenges are, you'll see in a minute. You can see theau there already getting ready on the jam probe. That's the important part. While the other person is playing, you can still start preparing your turn. Time's up, so back over to theau. Welcome to the sound studio of the Twilight Zone and possibly Twin Peaks. We're still actually in 4/4, so time signature hasn't changed. And now with those drum beats, we're starting to feel a little bit more of a structure here. 731 over 586. Can somebody find out if we can reduce that? And I like how the noise floor is just rising. Some of that noise in there. The kind that Skype always provides. So you know there's still someone on the other line. Strums. And now we're entering round 3. And in round 3, both of them can jam together for 3 minutes. No limitations. They can go crazy together. While that is happening, I got something to vote on. Pick a challenge for them. Oh, Theo is getting out his analog box of tricks. That analog box of tricks shown earlier. That's supposed to generate some cool noise. So, you can now vote by just typing the number in chat, 1, 2, or 3, for one of these 3 challenges. Quantize off, which, let's be honest, it doesn't really make a difference for them right now, it seems like. Mic input only, which, I mean, they are pretty much using mic input mostly. You know what? I don't want to push this in any direction or anything, but making them use effects only could be an interesting option. I don't know.
Somebody help me.
Help him out by voting for a good challenge.
Somebody help me. Somebody help me. Somebody help me.
I do believe, though, that it only really counts the first vote that you make. Oh, that is mean, Jimmy. Option 4, play with both hands. That's just mean. But it seems like we're about to lock in with mic input only, which, I mean, fair enough. So I let them know that I'm not allowed to use any sounds from Endless itself. Probably gonna be really sad about that. So I'm just gonna let them know now. That is true, though. That is true, though, no effects. So mic input only really means mic input only, no effects. Now obviously they can still mute layers, turn them down, and let Endless merge them together. But if they pipe something in, it's gonna stay that way. We've definitely had some non-mic layers pretty early on in this jam. But right now it's all pink. I mean, you can see up top. I'll just keep letting this play out for a minute. I don't know about you, but I think this could be great music for meditation. Focus. Or just falling asleep. If you want to have like a surreal night now. Sampled spoken word actually. In 15 seconds, it's gonna be back over to Badrico. And here we go. Now it's Badrico's turn again, going solo for the last round.
I'm listening to you, my friend.
But not before theau got another vocal sample.
My friend Badrico. I'm listening.
So now they can use everything they want again.
Badrico.
No limitations, no rules.
My friend Badrico.
Yeah, 1960s Spanish Western, that works. I was also thinking of the prairie, but like the prairie at night. One of those horror films set in Texas. Now we're back in 70s space horror. Last 3 seconds for Badrico. And it's back over to theau. Last round of the battle. Last turn. Yeah, War of the Worlds, that's what I was looking for. Welcome to the field of reeds. I must inform you that this is a fictional broadcast. There aren't actually aliens invading us right now, just to make sure. Feeling the Riff recipe that they're gonna cook up later. That will be an acquired taste. Last 10 seconds of this Riff battle. And that is the end of the battle. I don't know where it is, where we ended up here just now, but it's definitely a very interesting place. It's sounding interesting. Everybody probably has like a slightly different image in their head right now, but it's certainly going to be an eerie one. That was a great opening game, a great opening battle by theau and Badrico. We're going to switch back to the studio for a short break actually, before the next game starts. The next game is going to be Tempo Troll. But before we go there, there's actually a jam on the join-in page of the app right now, which is called Ingredients, Riff Recipe Ingredients. And you can go in there and add a sound or a sample, and after the next game, I'm gonna pick a sound from there and add it to their recipe. So they need to work with that sample. That's gonna happen as last game. Now we're gonna go into a very, very short break, set up the next game, which is gonna be Tempo Troll, where you can tempo troll these two. All right, see you in a little bit. That was Waldorf from Rotterdam playing one of those live shows here on our Twitch channel. If you ever miss one of our shows, most of them sooner or later always have ended up on our YouTube channel, except for like a few streams here and there where we're just like really just hanging out, shooting the shit. But yeah, you can find all of the live shows, the live gigs from the past 3 to 4 weeks, because we've done so many live streams during the Kickstarter campaign, and you can find them on YouTube if you weren't able to see them the first time around. So now I need to figure out where's my audio. There's my audio. Okay. And we're now going to switch to our next game, which is called Tempo Troll. Ooh. Need to switch back to this. Okay. So, what is Tempo Troll? Tempo Troll is the game where both of them are going to jam together for 10 minutes. But every once in a while, I'll let you decide, you, the audience, decide on a new BPM that they need to play it. And those BPM values, they can go to some crazy ranges. So they're already jamming in there, so I'm just gonna start the timer now and immediately put the first Tempo Troll vote on the screen. So 10 minutes starting now. Have fun, guys. Now, when I said I will put it on screen right away, I was lying because I haven't actually prepared the poll yet. You would think that this is what I do during the break, but that's actually not the case. So right now, as you can see up top, we're sitting at comfortable 50 BPM. Very, very comfortable. And let's see, we can go further down, we can go higher up, we can go anywhere you want. But for the start, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it like in the regular range, somewhat.
Come on, baby.
Somewhat.
Come on, baby.
So once again, you can vote in chat by typing the number 1, 2, or 3.
Come on, baby.
Let me put this down here for one of these BPMs.
Come on, baby.
And I told you, we're gonna get some experimental stuff today, which is gonna be helped tremendously by your BPM choices. I'm sure of it.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
That's a tight race between 1350 there.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
I'll just let the next vote that comes in decide. Come on, guys. One more vote. That's gonna pick.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
And 150 it is.
Come on, baby.
So I'm gonna set it to 150 now.
Come on, baby. Baby. Come on, 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 baby.
Oh, okay. I know what happened here. Sorry about that.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Is my Ableton link not connected? Well, okay. We're gonna do it manually then. Oh, I missed it by 2. Sorry about that. I'm gonna figure it out now. What's happening here? I'm gonna add these 2 BPM back when on the next vote. Now in this game, it kind of helps a little bit if there's very little tonality happening. Because with these BPM values, you easily land in between 2 keys. And here's the next vote. people heading straight for the 210 BPM option. You want to see some chaos, don't you? To be quite honest, I feel like they're comfortable at any BPM. I don't think you can really troll these two guys. But give it your best shot. Things are just gonna get more and more extreme from here on out. Okay, now this is a pretty clear decision for 210, but I'm gonna wait a little bit longer until I switch it up. Because last time it was a little bit frantic that we played this game. But this is a pretty safe one. 210 BPM is gonna be any second. I'm just gonna reconnect to the jam with my BPM device. I have a specific endless crafted device that lets me do nothing else but change the BPM. But it's built on some older technology, so it always takes its time. There we go. So we're now at 210 BPM. There's the tempo troll. let me take that pole down. Let me get the next one right up. Next one's gonna get interesting. Oh, you think it's too slow? Well, there's an option for you here which says 350 BPM. Playing with multiples of 3 today. I don't know why, but we do. Shaker. The question is the shaker gonna speed up or slow down? It looks like it's slowing down significantly. Oh yeah, you want this to take a left turn. Oh, this one looks pretty clear cut. And since we waited a little bit last time I switched BPM, I'm gonna do it right away. And we're now at 30. Some of those sounds have now been pushed into the subsonic areas. But we can still hear something. Drill. If this one's decided quickly, we might even get another troll in there before the game ends. Once once again, welcome to the lab edition of Whose Riff Is It Anyway? Today we're all about sci-fi horror and experimental soundscapes. And I don't think there's a better game for that than Tempo Troll. So pick your BPM, 90, 180 or 270. I'm gonna make the cutoff with the next vote coming in. Oh no, it's even closer now. Okay, any vote goes. Next vote decides. And it's 90, so we're gonna be back at something that's rather comfortable. Rather normal, I would say. Oop, that one didn't go through. But now it did. Who would have ever thought that 90 BPM would sound so crazy? That sounds a little bit like a kids show theme. So can they turn this into something in the last 20 seconds? Three, 2, 1, and time is up. I mean, feel free to keep jamming. I'm not gonna stop you or anything. But those were already 10 minutes, and you navigated those tempos extraordinarily well. Again, like who would have thought that 90 BPM sounds so crazy? 90 BPM is usually so calm. So that was our second game for the night. That was Tempo Troll, and I'm just gonna fade this out now though, because it's driving me a little bit crazy. I have to admit. So I'm gonna just fade up a little bit of music here. Ooh. Oh, now my background music has also been Tempo Troll. That's interesting. But I'm not complaining. So, next game, last game of tonight is gonna be Riff Recipe. Riff Recipe, you'll learn in a second, they're gonna build a riff individually based on a list of ingredients. And one of those ingredients I'm gonna pick in the next few minutes from the ingredients jam on the join-in page. So some of you have added some stuff to that jam. I'm gonna browse through there now and pick something. So we're gonna go to another short break. See you in a little bit. That was a short video there, a music video by Dreamers, who've played gigs for us before. And yeah, welcome back to the last segment, the last game of the stream. My background music is still Tempo Troll from earlier. I quite like it at this tempo, to be honest. So, yeah, the next game is going to be called, or it is called, Riff Recipe. And I think we'll just switch over right away to the recipe stage. What we're gonna cook today, actually we're not gonna cook, we're gonna mix something today. It is a noise cocktail. So let me tell you what the ingredients are of this noise cocktail. Well, first up, I need to reveal one by one. We got, what is this? We got a beaker of assemblage from the drum pack that Ludi made. We got 200 milliliters of Final Hour. It's part of the drum pack by Red Sky Lullaby, but it's actually more of like a sample thing. So there's samples in there. Whatever samples they want to use, they can use from that one. A mouthful of tongue from the notes. And a cup of Silver Lines. A tongue by Tarpinion and Silver Lines. I think that's an Endless branded one. We got a few air bubbles. And a community sample. What is the community sample? Let's have a listen. That is the community sample by Coil, K-O-Y-L. I thought it fit the mood nicely today. They can season with effects as desired, they can cook at any BPM they want, they can mix it, they can shake it, they can stir it, whatever they want to do. However, they can only use the stuff on this list. They can resample it, but they can't add new stuff through the mic in, only what's in there. And I have a close look on the layers, so I can see exactly what they're doing. Okay, so I'm gonna put 10 minutes on the timer. 3, 2, 1, go. And we'll be switching between them. So what I didn't mention is, so they are mixing this cocktail individually. So right now we are listening to theau, and I'm actually going to make sure that we can see that. There we go. Now listening to the audio of theau. He's already started out with samples from Final Hour. He's filling it up with Final Hour right now. Badrico instead has started with Air Bubble. He has the same sample but at a different BPM. And we get some air bubbles going. And delay on top of that. And now he's added the first assemblage drums. Hi-hats from assemblage. Oh, and now theau has also grabbed air bubble. So moving over to theau. So both cocktails still taste quite similar, because the community sample is still very present and prevalent in this one. So while theau is looking for the next sample, I gave him a map to figure out where everything is, because this time the sounds are from completely different sound packs. So you need a little minute. You need a minute to find them. Let's listen back in on badrico. He's gated the air bubbles, combed the assemblage, and now added a tongue. Silver lines also in there with badrico. Let's listen in on what theau's doing. He's still more in the low end. Oh, here comes silver lines. Significantly more melodic right now, badrico is. Now at 3 layers of silver lines, individual bips and bloops. Real cool stuff. Back over to badrico. This riff is very busy compared to the other one so far. That's how different tastes show themselves here in this challenge. Both get the same ingredients, same list of recipe list, and cook something completely different. They're actually now at the same BPM, by the way. One of them has to be a sidekick. Oh no, okay, they drifted apart again. Completely forgot what I just said. Yeah, whose noise is it anyway? Right now it's badrico's noise. That's another silver lines layer. Now the important part of this challenge is obviously that you want to go in and dial the sounds in and tweak them a little bit. Explore the whole range of them. Let's switch back to theau. We got a little bit of a buzz there, going on an air bubble. A little sounds like a hydraulic press starting up. Obviously one of the favorite instruments in this case is the key masher. And we're getting some gate. So yeah, theau is taking the lowercase route today. Let's switch back to badrico. I could see this in a video game. Some kind of mechanical fortress. I'm gonna remove the list from the screen now so we can better see what badrico is. Oh no, I reset the timer. Okay, so we were about 5 minutes, so just subtract 5 minutes. Sorry about that, clicked the wrong thing, can't restore it, let's just deal with it. This is whose riff is it anyway? I don't know where. Oh, this is what I wanted to do. Okay, we know now. Like, we're going down to the 5 minute mark. Everything is fine. Everything's fine. Let's check in with theau. Actually, just took out a layer of assemblage there. Oh, I need to switch over. Everything's going crazy today. As it's just been too much with the Kickstarter and all. Thanks again for all of your support. We're gonna turn endless into something amazing with this. Yeah, a little bit of a dimensional shift here. And as time goes on, like these two jams are gonna diverge so much. So most of theau's layer is actually red. Most of what I can see is assemblage and final hour. Actually, mostly assemblage. It's a little bit more colorful over in the badrico cocktail. Let's check what he's doing. Kind of wonky there. And it's now distilling it to 3 elements: an air bubble, another air bubble that's gated, and some combed assemblage drums. Back over to theau. I think we got the first smudge today, or at least in this game. Signature smudge. So again, I made a little mistake with the timer earlier, so we're just going down to 5 minutes. So 2.5 minutes remaining. Oh, that sounds like... So what he's doing here is he's got the key masher, he's using the repeat on the key masher, and then playing around with the repetition speed. At least that's one way to get that sound. Maybe he did it another way. Okay, so he's building up from scratch, down to 1 layer. Let's check in with badrico. pretty much settled on this certain direction now, whereas theau just switched it all up again. Let's check back in with him. He's now adding more assemblage on top again. Well, yeah, Jimmy, that the main thing of Endless is always going to be that the core experience of it is going to stay simple and you get everything at your fingertips. That's the whole idea, to get in the flow. But around that, we're still going to add a little bit of stuff. I mean, the whole Kickstarter was about getting this thing into your DAW and on your desktop and laptop. Yeah, CV1 is just pretty fast. Okay, so 30 seconds remaining. Let's check in with badrico again. Added some more glittering, glimmering silver lines on top. Seconds. Back over with theau right now. He's really turned this one around. It was so calm and slow earlier. Okay, 5 seconds. Again, I made a mistake earlier with the timer, which is why we're stopping at 5 minutes. And there we go. That is the end of the Riff recipe. I will ask you both to just pause for a moment so we can compare them a little bit. But yeah, theau took quite a trip there, went all the way down to something chill, and now we're at this like speedcore thing almost. Wow. And then badrico had a pretty straight path to where he's going, distilled a little bit in the middle there, but made real good use of all these sounds, which are part of the infinite packs this time around. Last time we went only with core sounds only. Oh yeah, I think the star of this show today was assemblage. I think both of you would agree that assemblage was like really the thing that kept us going, right? Yeah, the foundation. Awesome. So I'd say I'd drink this cocktail any day. That was a great recipe game. Great implementation, I would say. Execution, that's the word. I should stop talking like a programmer. Great execution, you guys. Thank you so much for playing, and actually this is the end of the Whose Riff Is It Anyway. I'm not going to switch to the studios yet because I want to give you a chance to say goodbye, to wave, and say something. I have you on stream right now if you want to say something. Thank you. Thank you, almost. Awesome. There's nothing that I could add to that. Oh man. Okay, thank you all for watching. It's been a wonderful day for Endless in general and the Endless community. It's been a wonderful stream with those two guys on again. Battling it out, cooking us some great, mixing us some great recipes, and even holding through all the tempo trolling you put them through. So thank you again for tuning in. There's gonna be more live streams happening, obviously, very soon. But I think you will understand that the whole team is now gonna take a little break on the weekend. So we're just gonna take a little bit of break and rest up, and then next week we're gonna go full gear. This Endless is just gonna blow our minds. Okay, so see you around in the next stream, see you around in the jams, and have fun.